Fortunately, in Malaysia, people are very, well, they're very keen to gain an education. They will spend a lot of money on education. But there will be a lot of people who will not have the money for education, and therefore they must seek education at the lowest cost. I don't know how much OUM charges their students, but I'm quite sure it cannot be as costly as people who have to live on the campus in order to study at the university. You can stay at home, you can access the material coming from the OUM, and you can actually educate yourself so that you can become as well qualified as those who go to the other universities. This is the future. The future is for the open universities to expand and make education available to as many people as possible. With that, for that, you have to make full use of technology, modern technology, because technology is what is pushing us ahead. Technology today improves very, very rapidly. It was not so long ago when we need to dial in order to telephone somebody. Today you don't dial, you carry the whole telephone exchange and broadcasting station in your pocket, because that is what your cellular phone is about. You are carrying a broadcasting station and a telephone exchange in your pocket, and you can talk to somebody in New York almost as if he is just next door. So this is a very powerful instrument. Of course, you can also broadcast, literally broadcast a lot of things through the internet. Today, what you write here in your own room can reach the whole world. People with a computer can gain access to whatever it is that you write. This obviously gives an opportunity for us to spread knowledge very cheaply via the internet. The question is, how do we develop the program for this? I see that OUM has already developed several programs, and I'm quite sure that both the staff and the students will come up with more programs that will enable knowledge to be made available to as many people as possible, not only in this country, but also in other countries. Obviously, this is a contribution being made by technology, modern technology, to higher education. The more software you develop, which will make access to knowledge easier and cheaper, the more will new technology contribute towards university education in particular, and towards the spread of knowledge in general. So here is an opportunity, and we have already seen this being done by your university, and I would like to congratulate you for the programs, the software that you have developed. But there is a lot of room still for more new methods of spreading knowledge via the internet. First, of course, we have the Microsoft, and then we have Yahoo, and then we have Google, and now we have Twitter, and all kinds of systems are being developed. But that's not the end of it. There will be lots more systems that can be developed, software that can be developed, which will contribute much towards spreading university education to people who otherwise would not be able to gain access to university education. Or maybe they have no opportunity to go to the university because the places in the universities are limited. Maybe it is because they are too poor, or they are too occupied with their own work and they have no time. So for these people, there are many such people in this country and elsewhere. The open university concept will benefit them. But it will benefit them even more if new softwares are developed, which will make it much easier for them to interact with their computer and with the university, so that they will not be lagging behind in terms of acquisition of knowledge in a world that has become a civilization based on knowledge. So the contribution of technology for the future of university education has only just begun. The potential is much greater. And I'm quite sure that people who sit down and think about how to make use of this mess of information and how to enable the information to reach the desired target, they will come up with new approaches, new software, new systems that will enable people to gain knowledge at the university level and beyond. This is a great opportunity for the university, which began as an open university. Of course, in those days, it was difficult to communicate with your students. You need to talk to them, you need to get them to read books, etc. But now it is so easy. No matter where they are, they may be 12,000 miles away from us, that is to say, on the other side of the globe, but we still can talk to them in real time, interact with them, teach them. They can ask questions, you can answer questions, you can even program in such a way that they can talk to the computer, and the computer will talk back to them and give them the answer and ask them the question. I say this because I've been trying to learn French for the past 60 years, I think. But I don't have much time to concentrate on learning it. But the latest system, Rosetta Stone, I think you might know about it, is the best system that has been developed so far. And the system will ask you a question, then you can answer the question. And almost literally, you can ask the computer a question, and the computer will repeat the answers to you. So you can actually hear native speakers speaking to you in their language with the correct pronunciation. Of course, as you know, French is like English. They spell something and they say something else. You see? So I think learning Malay and Japanese is much easier, because their vowels are as the sound is allocated to them. But in French, in German, and the European languages are slightly difficult. But still, you can read the words that is spelled out and hear the word as it should be spoken. So the contribution of technology to the spread of knowledge in every field is very great indeed, and it's going to grow even further. I would suggest that one of the things that you should learn is how to develop new software for certain specific purposes. Learning of language is of course one of them. Maybe learning Malay, somebody must have done this already, but perhaps we can use a better system for people to learn Malay. And we can learn all the other other subjects in all the disciplines, including writing and the technical subjects, engineering. I hope not medicine, because I know they have now developed some means of remote operation. That is to say, some surgeon in New York can operate on you through the computer. I hope not to be the patient. But it is entirely possible, because they can practically see and feel what they are doing, but still I don't trust them. In other subjects, okay, if you go wrong, nothing very much is going to happen. Maybe one day you play around with something that is explosive. All that can happen is they blow you up. But otherwise, you can learn about anything from a distance. The need to go to university would be less and less in the future. It's very costly having universities in order to impart knowledge to students. But through the open university concept, the distance learning, I am quite sure that it will reduce our cost of giving higher education to the peoples in this country and also elsewhere. This is a great opportunity for everyone, because it is already obvious that technology can play a big role in education, a very big role. Even the mere invention of printing has radicalized the spread of knowledge. But now we have this new technology, this new capacity to communicate in real time with a huge number of people, and as if they are sitting in front of you. So there must be a great contribution if we know we can develop how to make this facility help us with spreading knowledge to more and more people. The countries like Malaysia has always focused on education. Actually, the government of this country has been spending 25% of the national budget on education. That is a very big portion of the national budget. But it has paid off because our people have now become better educated, and they are able to handle life much better, to make a living for themselves. Of course, when they become too clever, they are very critical of the government, which gave them education in the first place. So this is something that the government sometimes worries about. But now that I'm not in the government, I don't worry very much. But we must appreciate the fact that technology has not reached its limit yet. The technology will be contributing more. New technologies will be invented or developed, which will contribute even more to the spread of knowledge to a greater number of people. In other words, new technologies will help university people to get knowledge equal to that of any in the universities. So the role of technology is clearly something that we must not only appreciate, but we must also regard as a gift to us